Namaste. I'm Manish and I'd like to share Sarvangasana with you. Sarva Ang, beneficial for every Sarva Ang body part. Shoulder stand or Sarvangasana. So to do Sarvangasana, firstly ensure that you have no neck pain or shoulder pain. Sarvangasana is one of the most beautiful asanas. It's often called the queen of asanas. And there are multiple reasons for that to happen. Now I'll just show you the practice first and then we'll discuss the large range of benefits that Sarvangasana has to offer. So first of all, come into a lying position, and towards the end of Sarvangasana, I'll also show you HALASANA so that they generally work together. So it's good to study both of them together. So once you're lying down here, now this can be avoided by women during your period cycle, but apart from that, it's a great position to do. Somebody who has very high BP should be a bit careful and can do it for a very short amount of time and initially can avoid it till you develop a little, you're able to reduce your BP through other yoga practices. So now that you're here like this, what you're going to do is, you're going to stretch the legs up and go up all the way. Eventually, taking your hands from your hips to your shoulder blades. Once you're there, close your eyes. Breathe in and out slowly. Ujjayi pranayam with Soham chant. If this posture is causing you pain, you can also do it here. This is called Viparit Karni Mudra, but it has most of the benefits of Sarvangasana except for the throat lock. From there, before we finish, just go into Halasana. Now, if you're not touching the floor at the back, you can just place your legs here on a block, a yoga block or a chair, and then slowly, eventually start to take it back. Maybe initially the knees are going to be bent, but over a course of time, and then you can interlock once you're comfortable. To come back, just ease your way back, and we do the counter pose of Matsyasana. So Matsyasana can be done either in Padmasana, yeah, and what you're going to do here is, you're going to, if you can't do Padmasana, that's not important. You can even sit cross-legged. Open out the throat. And then come out of it. So that Matsyasana, Matsya means fish. So if you were to look at that posture from the top, the knees folded like this represents the tail of the fish, and you've got the body posture like that. It's a counter pose because now you're opening the throat and chest, which got locked in Sarvang and Halasana. Let's start to understand the big benefits of Sarvangasana. As the name suggests, it's beneficial for every body part, Sarva Ang. So what are the things that happen? Firstly, because you've inverted the blood flow, the internal organs are always being drawn down by gravity, as is the case in nature. So when you invert it, the internal organs are relaxed for a while. It's very, very beneficial for them. They get that deep sense of relaxation. Secondly, the blood circulation, the heart is always pumping against gravity to the brain and head. When you go the other way, it replenishes the blood supply very beautifully to the face, brain, which is very important before you get into meditation for the brain to be charged. Other benefits of Sarvangasana, because of the stimulation here, the chin touching the chest, the vagus nerve starts to get stimulated, and because of that, you find that the effect it has on the heart, on the heart rate, what happens is that the parasympathetic nervous system starts to work once the vagus nerve gets activated in that manner. So, because of the signal of the vagus nerve, the heart rate starts to slow down. Now, this is happening just because of the posture. I'd like you to understand, in this 21st century yoga project, we are always keen to see how do these ancient practices transform body, mind and prana or energy. Just by touching the chin to the chest in that posture, you're finding that the heart rate slows down, the stress levels come down. Now, this is the beauty of yoga practice. You don't have to worry about the stress. You don't have to only look at it from the mental aspect. You can tackle it from the physical aspect. You can tackle it from the prana aspect. So, by just making that small manipulation, you find that immediately your stress levels go down. Also, Sarvangasana and Halasana. So, these benefits are common to both. Sarvanga and Halasana, they have a huge impact on your digestion. Very good for digestion, for circulation and for hormonal stability. To have that emotional stability is very important. A lot of modern living causes people to have mood swings because of the food you eat, the lack of sleep, the unnatural lighting. You find that people are having crazy mood swings during the day. These practices will help to have a certain amount of emotional stability. So this is what I wanted to share with you in terms of Sarvangasana and Halasana. Matsyasana opens out the chest, it shapes the chest, opens out the throat. It's very good for that. From a mental aspect, as we've discussed, the stress levels immediately go down, the focus starts to happen. From a prana or energetic perspective, this is very interesting. Now, the word prana is a common word for livingness, this kind of energy within us, the quality of livingness. There are 5 sub-pranas. Prana that's upward rising light here, samana that's concerned with digestion, apana that's concerned with excretion. I've done another video with this and you can refer to that. And then you've got udana, which is in the head and the limbs, and you've got vyana as a repository of prana. Now, generally, prana is going up, apana is going down. When you invert the body in sarvang, shirshasana and so on, now you've caused the flow of energy to come together to have a certain combustion at Manipura, the solar plexus, where the samana vayu is. This has a tremendous impact in energizing a human being. So this practice, if you can make it part of your daily routine, it'll have a huge impact on health and especially on immunity. So something we didn't discuss, but immunity in today's times is critical because you're pressing the parathyroid gland. It helps with immunity. Also, the lymphatic system is improved because lymph. So the interesting thing with lymph is, I'm sure all of you have slowly started to research what is lymph. But just like you have the circulatory system moving blood, taking nutrients to the cells of the body, the waste products are often removed by the lymph. Now, the funny thing is that, or rather the interesting thing is that, the lymph doesn't have a pump. The circulatory system, blood has a pump, the heart. But the lymph system doesn't have a pump. So how does lymph move from the legs back up to the upper body where it can be expelled out through excretion, through respiration? You find that due to the movement of the muscles, it pumps the lymph and it comes up. So when you do an inverted posture, immediately the lymph that's stuck in the lower parts of the body can be drained out. This is very, very beneficial for keeping your body healthy, vital, to keep the immune system high, and also very good for sleep. That's a little bit about Sarvangasana. Please do write into me, let me know whether this is something that you enjoy. Like I said, if you have high BP, start slow. It's very important for stress relief, and it's very important to transform you energetically, prana-wise, to get into meditation. Thank you so much, and let me know whether you enjoy Sarvangasana.